Safety glasses are on for safety. Just got home from work, and this is where we are. My some of the parts came in that we were needing, and my son started working on the Chevy. So let's turn around and let's see what we got going on. All right, so we got disc brakes, kits, hoses, calipers, anti-reverse valves, so the oil fluid, so the brake fluid doesn't go back into the master cylinder. Now you guys are wondering, like, what the hell is he talking about? Well, I'm talking about this. So let me zoom out. Boop. So we had the 54 for sale, listed it for 15, dropped it down to 12, dropped it down all the way to 10 to sell it as is. And I'll be honest with you, I had a lot of interest on it. I mean, I did have a lot of people interested in the car, but either they were too far away, I mean, clear across the country, or they were afraid to work on it. They didn't want to touch it. You know, they wanted the car for $10,000. They wanted it running and driving, you know, with an LS engine and all that. Man, you're dreaming, man. That's not going to happen. So, okay, so this is what happens. We're going to go ahead and just work on it ourselves. We're going to go ahead and put disc brakes on it. We're going to put a brand new master cylinder, brand new booster on it. And we're going to get it running and driving, new exhaust system on it. And then the Lone Star Roundup in Austin is coming up May 2nd and May 3rd. So guess what? We're taking it to the Roundup. They do have a big car corral there where I can enter the car in the car corral. And that's probably what I'm going to do. I'm going to put it in there and put a for sale sign on it and see somebody jumps on it. If not, man, honestly, man, the car's growing on me. I really, really like it. And I think once I drive it, it's going to grow even more on me. So, yeah. So one of the first things we found when we took the wheels off is that right there. So one of the brake lines going to the wheel cylinder in the back is not even connected. So I don't know if it's because it was leaking or what, but they went ahead and blocked it off. So I think that's going to be the main problem. But again, when I did check it last time, the car does still have the factory single pot master cylinder, which is dangerous. Because if that goes out, it's a single pot. So if you have a leak somewhere in the front or the back, you're going to lose brakes completely. So yeah. So anyway, we're probably not going to show everything. We're not going to sit there and show you how the disc brakes go on and all that. It's a very simple kit. You remove that. There's an adapter for the spindle, and then you literally just put a brand new disc brake on it. It comes with a bracket for the calipers and new hoses, and that's it. You know, other than that, we just have to mount the master cylinder and the booster on the frame back where it goes, and we'll have it. Goal is to have it running and driving this week. So maybe even do a burnout. Who knows? Anyway, all right, got to get to work on it. It's getting hot. Well, it's actually very hot right now. All right, got to work on it.
A little longer than a few moments later.
Nothing's ever easy, man. So we got the front disc brakes done. We're working on the back, cleaning it all up back here. Only problem we ran into is the caliper on the other side kept leaking. So we kept tightening the bolts, and so these things have this washer, and we noticed that the washer kept leaking, that the brake line that goes here kept leaking. And what we found is that there's a dip. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's a dip right here, like literally a dip that you can feel with your finger. So when the washer goes on, no matter how tight you got that on there, there's just no way it was going to seal because of that dip. This is a kit we bought from Speedway, manufactured 11/15/24. Fortunately, this is just a basic D52 caliper. It's used in a wide variety of vehicles. So fortunately, we went to O'Reilly's, a local O'Reilly Auto Parts, actually the warehouse down here, and they had it in stock. Actually, that warehouse is literally the only people that have stuff in stock. So we found another caliper. That's good. We're good to go. We're able to put that back together. And then the other thing we ran across is that these wheel cylinders, I went and bought some earlier, and they were the wrong ones. And I bought them for a 54 Chevy 210. So fortunately, Joe over there at O'Reilly's kept looking for us, and he found the right ones. These are the ones that were on the car. These are off of a 55 Chevy, believe it or not. And there is a right and there is a left. Like, you know, there's a right and a left. So fortunately, we found them. The guy again, Joe, just kept going, looking through different years and stuff, and he found them for us. So now we're able to put the rear brakes back on. So we got brake. Actually, O'Reilly Auto Parts, shout out, man. They had the brake drums in stock, they had the brake shoes in stock, and then they have the right wheel cylinders in stock. These are the old ones. These are the ones that were on the car. The new ones, I still have them in the truck, but. Yeah, so we're good, man. We're able to put everything back together again. The master cylinder, unfortunately, didn't come in today. The booster and the master cylinder didn't come in today. Hopefully, it'll be in tomorrow, and we'll be able to pop that back in, you know. And after looking at everything, I think there was really nothing wrong with the master cylinder, because it actually, we're working on the front brakes, and you would press the pedal, and man, you know, it would shoot pressure out pretty good. But we are converting to disc drums, so it's going to be different. Either we have to replace the master cylinder anyway. So yep. All right, back to work. Let's see how far we can get tonight before calling it a day. All right, we're gonna end it right here for the night. Got a lot done. Let me turn the camera around and show you guys some stuff real quick. So the goal tonight was to get the disc brake swap done, get the rear brakes done, and we accomplished that. And then the goal tonight was to actually get the car up on the lift. The booster and the master cylinder will be here tomorrow, so we just have to wait for that to get here, and then we can start working on that. All that is at the bottom, so that's why we have it up on the lift now. It's kind of funny, you know, once we got the disc brakes on and the all the hardware and the what do you call it, the wheel cylinders on the back, we were pumping the brakes, and we actually got good pedal feel, and we actually started getting fluid coming out of the bleeders. But we are doing disc brakes, so you know that's not good. You know, it feels good at first, but we know that that's not the way it should be. So yeah. So you know, tomorrow again when the parts get here, we'll work on the rest. So I wanted to show you guys real quick what we're gonna run into with the exhaust. We kind of looked a little bit, so let me see if I can zoom in here so you guys can see. So the exhaust is right there, the headers are right there. I think what we're gonna end up doing, we're gonna do a Y. We're gonna come around the bottom. Let me zoom out a little more. We're gonna come around the bottom, and then we're gonna come back this way, because we have a lot more room on this side for exhaust. Although I don't know, man. We might be able to run the pipes down under the frame, kind of close to here, and it should be fine. Kind of like run them like right here, right? So it should be okay once we do that. The rear end, like I told you guys, I'm gonna run these numbers. It has some numbers on it right there. Oop, right there. Let me see if I can get those real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna run those numbers. There is a tag on there too. But the wheel cylinders ended up being for a 55 Chevy. And they went right in. I mean, perfect. The other wheel cylinders that the car had on it had adapters. And with these wheel cylinders, they went right in, you know. So as I was telling you guys, this car is so solid, man. Look at the floorboards on this car. Let me zoom out again. Bloop. Look at the floorboards on this car. You know, you get guys that see this stuff and they're like, oh, it's rusted. That's not rust, dude. That's just metal, you know. This car's 71 years old, you know. So this is normal, you know. What you don't want to see is a bunch of holes everywhere, right? And these floor pans are intact. So, yeah. So that's it for tonight. We'll pick it up again in the morning. I'm going to try to just make one video of the whole thing. And the final goal is with us driving the car down the road, you know, if everything works out. We are going to check the differential. We're going to take the plug off the differential and check the fluid, make sure there's fluid in there. The transmission's fine. The engine's fine. So That's mainly it. For brake lines, we might have to make a few brake lines, but I do have a brake line kit off of my 57 that I didn't use, so we might be able to use some of those lines to do the brakes the way we need to do them. But that's it, man. Again, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Once the parts come in, we'll start up again. Give you guys an update of where we're at. So we bought this booster master cylinder kit from Speedway to do the disc brake drum setup on the 54 Chevy. The proportioning valve came with this huge fitting for the rear brakes. Didn't come with a reducer of any type, so we basically went through all the auto parts stores trying to find this fitting. Couldn't find it. Called my buddy that has a hot rod shop and went through all his fittings, and we found one that works, that gets us in the ballpark. That's this fitting here. But this gets us to this size right here, so that gets us there. Now we can we need I think we're gonna make a line for this. We have the tools to do a double flare, so we're gonna make a new line for that. The other problem we ran into is, which was totally unexpected, was that the way the car is done. So a lot of these kits are not done for LS stuff. You know, they're made. These brake kits are made when you have a stock engine in the car, right? So this is where the booster goes under the car. Let me get some light on here. This is where the booster goes under the car. Then the master cylinder goes right behind it. So the issue we ran into is, and this is already installed. So the issue we ran into is the brake. Let me get some more light up there for you guys. Hang on. Here we go. So the brake pedal right here, when you press the brake pedal, right, it comes down. The problem we were having is that the header was right here. So the brake pedal was making contact with the header. And again, that's only because it's an LS swapped car. If it was the stock inline six, this wouldn't be an issue. But because we have an LS in it, you have this body mount here for the car. The header was right about here. And when you would press the brake pedal would make contact with the header. So two solutions for that are, we're gonna get a manifold that's gonna face forward, and then we'll come back around with the exhaust. That's one idea. Here you can see the disc brakes are already done. We got all that setup done already. So we're gonna try another header. My buddy lent us a header that we can try out. So we're gonna try that on there, see how that works, see if that gives us the clearance we need. It is a different angle. The other header came out and kind of went this way. This one kind of comes down. So what we might be able to do at the muffler shop is we may be able to cut this off here and then just run a pipe like a 90 coming back. And that'll avoid us having to put manifolds on it. So, you know, let's see how that plays out. We'll keep working on it. You know, hopefully this weekend we'll get it on the road. All it needs is, like I said, just get the brakes done and the exhaust system, and it should be good to go. Then we can take it for a ride. So anyway, got to get back to work. Keep you guys updated. Mission accomplished with the 54 Chevy. We got the exhaust system done. Very simple, 2 1/4 exhaust coming to a Y up here in the front. We did take it down to a muffler shop to get them to clear the brake pedal, the new brake assembly from CPP. If you look up here, it's got a brand new CPP master cylinder, dual pot, brand new dual diaphragm booster, all the good stuff, all new lines, things like that, new exhaust. So overall, mission accomplished again. We did what we said we were going to do. Like we said from the get-go, if nobody moved on the car, we were going to go ahead and just fix it ourselves, you know, and we did that. And as you guys can see, we said we were going to do a burnout with it. We actually did a burnout with it. Not a great burnout, unfortunately. The 4L60E is only set up for park, reverse, neutral, and drive right now. To do a good, fat, smoky burnout, you need to actually go to low 1 and hold it there, and then low 2, etc. I'm sure you guys know how to do a burnout. But yeah, unfortunately, we couldn't do that. But the car will do a burnout. Not only that, if you're driving down the road, you hit second gear, man, and she'll lay down about 5 feet of rubber in second gear, so that's pretty cool. So that's pretty much it, man. The only thing that's left on the car, we are going to have a buddy come over and check the tune on it. It's set up for speed density, so we're just going to make sure that all that is good to go. And then other than that, man, she's back on the market, $15,000. You know, we tried lowering the price down to $12,500. I even offered it to a couple of people for $10,000, and everybody wanted the car running and driving. Everybody said, no, you know, we want it running and driving. So I said, okay, but if we get it running and driving, it's going to cost you more. You know, you can save some money and do the work yourself and, you know, get a good deal on the car, but nobody wanted to do that. So again, time, money, labor, you know, all that added expense puts the car right back at 15. So if anybody wants it, still available. If nobody buys it, in 2 weeks, we're going up to the Lone Star Roundup in Austin, Texas, to the Travis County Expo Center. At that show, you get over 2,000 pre-1963 hot rods show up at that show. They have a huge car corral. So the plan is, if nobody moves on it soon, we're going to go ahead and put it in the car corral and see if we can go ahead and sell it there. So yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching. If you kept up with this series, sorry we didn't go into a lot of detail. You know, I'm sure you guys have seen a ton of video on all that stuff. So, you know, we just wanted to get the job done and get a little bit of video for you guys. So again, thanks again for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. We really appreciate you guys doing that. We'll see you guys on the next video.